by Jay Forte, contributing Reporter Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. While Rio de Janeiro has certainly suffered setbacks to its image since the Olympics, the travel industry in Brazil sees potential, and a number of outfits remain poised to service the luxury travel sector. Luxury real estate agency Rio Exclusive continues to offer options for elite travel accommodations, photo internet recreation. Passenger demand for international flights grew by 16.78% in August this year compared to the same month in 2016, and from January to August, international demand grew 13.2%, according to data released yesterday, September 21, by the National Civil Aviation Agency ANAC. Last month, Vinicius Lumertz, president of the Brazilian Tourism Institute Embraer, announced that Brazil has the highest tourism potential among all countries in the world and can almost triple the current annual revenue of the sector, estimated in the last 12 months to be approximately $7 billion. The official announced a proposed new Agência Brasileira de Promoção do Turismo and said, "We believe that we have $7 billion in revenue, and we will move to close to $20 billion in revenue, increasing jobs, which is a top priority of the country at the moment." This may seem like a lofty goal given the economic crisis Brazil has been going through, and specifically Rio's struggles with security since hosting the 2016 Olympics Games over a year ago. Yet with the new high season coming around, despite initial data, there is optimism in the segment, especially for luxury travel. British expatriate Paul Irvine, and director of Dehage Travel shares, "In Rio we are used to negative press we had just as much 10 years ago as we do now. However, I think the luxury traveler is ever more discerning. They want to experience the real Rio and get under the skin of the city, but do so in great comfort and style." Roshni Thakur, an American expatriate in Rio and director of Experience Rio, shares her thoughts on the upmarket travel sector. "I don't believe luxury travelers are much affected by safety concerns as much as they are by what is trendy in the world. However, our individual luxury guests have adapted their services elected here, opting for representation on call 24 hours, increasing the hiring of bodyguards and helicopter versus ground transportation on their trips to the outskirts of Rio. Wherein Rio apartments offer the utmost in luxury living." Photo by Frederick Cockenpot. The draw to Rio remains irresistible to those who aren't satisfied at a cookie-cutter resort, and Thakur explains it comes down to nature plus metropolitan area plus culture and vibe of the people. This is the key formula that we believe has given Rio such draw. While still a high expectation for service quality, luxury tourists search for exotic, traditional, and rare experiences, she shares. While travel aficionados keep an eye out for the next hot spot, it will always be hard to top the beauty of Rio, especially as hurricanes and natural disasters beat much of the Caribbean and Central America. Irvine recounts, "When Dehage was founded 13 years ago, I hadn't been to the other cities you often hear vie for the title of most breathtaking city in the world. But I have, since then, put that right, and have been to Cape Town, San Francisco, Sydney, etc. and I have to say, Rio is simply the clear winner in my opinion." In terms of a travel tip, Irvine shares, "It is possible now in Rio to split a stay between 2 or 3 locations in the city, especially as part of a broader Brazilian itinerary, perhaps fly into Rio and spend a couple of days in a more historic neighborhood, then at the end of the trip try out a penthouse on Ipanema Beach." As the days get shorter in the northern hemisphere and the reality of winter whispers in the ears, travel plans start to sprout. Rio de Janeiro seems ready, settled in the new old reality of a city marked by stark contrasts in society and nature, and where for the right price the best of everything can be found.